All right, double sounds now. We have I, time, time. We have a, cake, cake. As you can see, this is a, similar to Spanish a, and then you have a sit vowel. I, time. You have a, which can sound like Spanish e plus sit vowel, or more like pet vowel plus sit vowel. Well, it depends. That's why sometimes you see transcribed like this. Let me write it down. Sometimes you see it transcribed like this. Right? Oops. There you go. So, a, cake. Then oi. It's like a not vowel plus sit vowel. Toy, toy. Then ow. It's like Spanish ah, well, something similar to it. And then put vowel, now, now. Some people, and sometimes I do this, pronounce this ah closer to a cat vowel. You can see this in the South. If you go if you go, you know, to Dixieland, which I love the American South. The food, the people, just lovely, absolutely lovely. You can hear this a little bit more like now, now. You know, if you go down south, you know what I'm saying? Not down south, but down south. It's more open. It's more open. The first part of it is a little bit more open. So down south now. Why don't you come down south right now? Instead of why don't you come down south right now? Anyway, I think that's kind of cute. Then you have O. This is like O, Spanish O, plus put vowel. O, like the word no. No way, right? That's like no sound plus cake sound. No way. And then finally, I don't know if we can consider this an actual diphthong or diphthong or whatever. I'm just gonna say diphthong. If I'm wrong, just correct me. The U, like cute, 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 right? I mean, is this a diphthong, technically speaking? If there's any linguists in the audience, I would like an answer to that question. Anyway, that's about it. I would like to show you now how important these vowel distinctions are. How am I going to do that? I'm going to show you a bunch of words that are only distinguished by this sound, by these sounds. So, for example, let's take words which start with an S sound and end in a T sound and are distinguished only by the vowel. So we have seat, sit, set, sat, suit, then and then sought. Let me see. Are there any like oh, and soot, right? Like from out of a chimney. All right, then let me think. We could have a word starting with a P sound, ending with a T sound, and with these vowels. So we would have Pete, pit, pet, pat. Then put, put, pot, and well, that's about it. But as you can see, you know, like these vowel sounds actually do make a difference. Like all these vowel sounds actually are like phonemically important. They differentiate words, in at least in certain environments. So, well, as you can see, it's complex. It's pretty. there's a lot of variation there, and well, it's a lot more complex than languages with few vowels, like Spanish with 5, Italian with 7. Now we're looking at, you know, something like 12. On the other hand, Spanish has more diphthongs. Anyway, that's about it. Oh, one more thing. The schwa can also happen in words in English that have a bunch of syllables, and the syllables that are not stressed, sometimes the vowels are reduced, the pronunciation is more lax. This is called a vowel reduction. And then it's pronounced like a schwa. For example, take a look at the word advancement. Advancement. You have advance and then ment, advancement. Now this last vowel in ment is really just a totally indefinite vowel. It's more like a schwa, advancement, advancement. So this is a very common phenomenon in English. When I was learning English when I was a teenager, what it sounded to me like people with American accents basically were mumbling every unstressed syllable. That's how I started to imitate it, and really what they were doing is they were pronouncing this very lax vowel, this very effortless vowel, the schwa. Anyway, that's about it for now. These are the vowels found in so-called General American English. I hope this has been informative. Some people, for example, make no difference between the not vowel and the far vowel. That's a common phenomenon, for example, in the American West. Reportedly in California, Pacific Northwest, and other places too. Anyway, where do you fall in this spectrum? Does this make sense to you? Or are you by chance a southerner, and does this sound like, hey, I don't talk like that? Anyway, I hope this has been informative. Any comments or ideas that you have regarding this, I would like to hear them. So leave me a comment. Maybe even post a video response. I'd especially like to hear from natives, but also students. Alright, I'll see you guys later. And mind your vowels.